Great. So I wanted to record this really quickly because it's very important and it kind of all came in just now. And so I like to make sure that I'm like fresh when messages and different things pop in. So I have been working with a new one-to-one client now for about 6 weeks. And when we first started working together, she knew that she wanted to create and develop a spiritual coaching business. She knew that. She knew that she wanted to serve women. She wanted to help them be better, have better lives, have more fulfilling lives, etc. But there was a lot of struggle with the clarity as to what that looks like and how that would play out. And so what ended up happening was we kept kind of spinning our wheels a little bit with this, and she was having a lot of trouble getting clear on it. And it got to the point within the first couple of weeks that we were both already talking about maybe not continuing on the next month because there was just so much resistance and so many blockages that like we couldn't move forward. And it kind of came to me in that space, in that time, that it wasn't about the business, it was about other things that were coming up for her that needed to be processed, that needed to be recognized, that needed to be seen and loved on, because this is what always causes these blocks. It's some type of rejection or denial of ourself. Okay, so if we're finding that we're having trouble getting that clarity, if we're finding that we're having trouble understanding our next steps, it's because at some level we are blocked because we are not fully allowing ourselves to be vulnerable with ourselves, be honest with ourselves, really take a hard look at all areas of ourselves. And so when I pivoted the approach and started making space for her to become more open about experiences, about things, it took some time because as a fellow dragon archetype, she was very resistant, right? Like she did not want to be vulnerable. She didn't want to let me in. And so it took some time to build up that trust and to help her feel safe to open up and really share what exactly she had been through. And once we did that, it has been this like just breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough, because one, I was finally let in, and so I could help her, I could get more information for her, I could channel more for her, I could tune into her energy more, I could serve her better in that space because I could feel her. Versus I was hitting this wall and I'm like, I don't know how to help somebody who's not gonna let me in, right? So we've kind of worked through this process of understanding that if we are rejecting parts of ourselves and not fully being able to surrender into ourselves and be honest with ourselves about our pain, about our struggles, about our shames, about mistakes that we've made that we, are replaying with the guilt and all that kind of energy, all of that kind of stuff. If we're not able to really fully take a look at that and sit with that and be with that, we are going to have so many blockages when it comes to next steps, when it comes to what is my program, what is my proprietary methodology, what are the processes I take my clients through, how do I explain my program, right? We're not going to be able to get this clarity because we don't have that flow, that connection to ourself, to our intuition, to our womb space and our heart space. We're disconnected because at a level we're rejecting ourselves. We're rejecting our own pain. We're denying to look at it. We are denying ourselves. This is what I refer to as self-abandonment, right? We do this when it comes to wanting a new partner. We do this when it comes to trying to take on new clients, we'll self-abandon and not listen when it's like, hey, like these are major red flags. Like, no, but we're like, no, like I really either need this client, or I really want to experience this kind of relationship, or I really want to have this, or I really want to do this. And then we deny that voice that's saying, like, why are you not listening to me? I'm trying to get your attention, right? And so we feel this disconnect in our body, and this is where we say, well, I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself. I don't know what to offer. How many times have you said that to someone? I don't know. And this is because there is this lack of trust, because we're not being truly honest with ourselves. We're not truly just being vulnerable and stepping out of self-judgment, stepping out of judging our past experiences, and allowing ourselves to just be human, allowing ourselves to recognize I did the best that I could with the information that I had and with the programming that was projected onto me for my entire life. Okay, we have to have compassion for ourselves with that and release that shame and judgment that comes along with it. I'm all about empowerment, but there are some things that just weren't our fault. Like, it's not our fault if we're programmed our entire life that we are not worth loving, if that is what we were told as children and shown as children. And so there we subconsciously recreated that scenario with the partners that we chose subconsciously. And that message was just continually bombarding our subconscious mind. It's not our fault if we continue to perpetrate that with our choices. It's what we're programmed to do. And so the first step is just to become aware and to see, like, wow, because of all of this old programming, because of all of this stuff, I was so... I'm going to use the word desperate, right? Desperate to feel this love, or to have this thing, or to experience this thing. And so I completely just abandoned myself just so I could possibly have this, right? And so this is where that deep compassion part comes in, where it's like, okay, that happened, right? It happened. I've done it. I have done it. Absolutely. I will tell you guys the stories. If you want to message me, I am all about vulnerability, and I will be completely open. I will tell you, like, I've been there, and I've had to work through this. I've had to come to a place where I had to forgive myself and say, it's okay to want what you want, right? But, it comes to a point where we have to understand why we want it, and have compassion for why we want it, and start to really listen to that part of us and serve that part of us first. Because once we can serve that part, then we get really, really clear on how to serve our clients, on how to serve our potential future clients. Because y'all, if you have been around me at all, you're going to hear me say it. You probably have already heard me say it, but I say this, like, the only way that we can walk someone through hell and show them the way out is if we've been there ourselves. And what you have walked through hell in your life, like, that is what you are meant to guide other women through. And so the first step is allowing yourself to observe and be honest with these experiences and how hurtful they were, and our subconscious alignment with them, so that we can go in and clear that out, so that we don't continue to perpetrate against ourselves because of some old program that wasn't even our fault that it got there in the first place. Okay? It's like we've literally been brainwashed into victimizing ourselves. It's not our fault. But we are now empowered, and when we start becoming conscious, we start seeing this stuff, and we say, okay, I see this now, so now I just change it. Now I just reprogram it. It's really that simple. It doesn't happen overnight, but it is that simple. But the first step is actually really peering in and looking at it. So now that I've been able to really connect with this woman and really have her open up to me and share these experiences, that my heart just... my heart is for women, right? And so just hearing all of these different experiences, it just reminds me why we do this, right? It's why we're here. So hearing this and recognizing and seeing the patterns, I was able to get into a space where I said, I know exactly what you're supposed to do. I know exactly what you're being called to do. And I share this with her, and it's like light bulbs, just choo, choo, choo. Oh my God. Yes. Like full body yes. From like belly, gut, womb, heart, everything. Like, yes. Yes. And now, now that we have this clarity, now we can start to work on creating the business. Now we can start to work on creating the signature offer. Now we can start to work on creating the content and the sales funnels and the marketing strategy and all of these different things, right? But until we're actually able to clear this energy out and honestly get out of our own way, it's really hard to get any sense of clarity on what we're supposed to be doing and who we're supposed to be serving, because the first person we're supposed to be serving is ourselves. And if we're not being honest with our own pain, we're not going to get there. We're not going to get that clarity in our information. Okay? So I want to invite you to move into that space. Start having compassion for yourself. Give yourself permission to be honest about your pain. No more of this spiritual bypassing. No more of this fake it till you make it. No more of that. That's the old masculine energy. And this is why people are not making moves in their business, because they just feel stuck. They feel stuck because they have not processed the stuff. And so therefore the energy is stuck in their body and they can't get the messages and the information that they need. Again, because of that self-rejection and the denial of that part of ourself. Okay? So take that time to really finally sink into yourself. Reach out. Talk to me. You don't have to be a client for me to hold space for you, okay? Like if you're really in that space and you're like, I'm struggling, talk to me. I will create free resources for you to help you. I absolutely will do that. So, but if I don't know what you guys need, I don't know what to create. So if you come and say, hey, like this is what I'm feeling, I will create something to help you if you're not able to hop into a container one-to-one or one-to-many with me, okay? I want to do that for you. I want to be there for you in that way and to help you make moves, to help you move through this energy instead of feeling stuck in it and trapped in it, okay? I really appreciate you all, and I love that you're here, and I look forward to serving you in any way that I can to help you fulfill your own mission to serve the feminine. If you have questions for me, again, reach out, and I hope that this was helpful. I'll talk to you soon.